I didn't expect to be talking about Mass Effect Legendary Edition so soon, and this is absolutely not the video that I had planned on making today, but there's some news. Actually, it's more like there's some controversy right now about the game, and I felt like I needed to share my opinion. A few days ago, project director Mac Walters did an interview, and he talked about some things that they were doing to fix the game for the remaster. And one thing they talked about is changing the camera angles in some scenes. The reason why they're changing the camera angles in some of them is because it doesn't make sense on how the camera was placed in the scene, and they're realizing it now as they're going through the game that the camera angle could have been placed better. One thing they talk about is the fact that the male Shepard model and the female Shepard model both had the same animations, and those animations were more catered towards the male side of things. So sometimes when FemShep would sit down, she would, sit there with a big wide stance with her legs out. And as a woman, you are more than allowed to sit like that. However, if FemShep happened to be wearing the formal outfit per se, it would look a little silly. Kind of like there's a black hole between her legs. So they worked the camera angles to make more sense for FemShep, basically. Put her to higher standards, right? Another thing they did, and this is where the controversy comes in, is that they may or may not have changed a few of the camera angles, specifically during Miranda's story arc, because where the camera was placed and the vibe of the scene did not make sense. Let me show you an example right now.
Shepard, I find myself in the unpleasant position of asking for your help. I don't like discussing personal matters, but this is important.
Miranda, you're one of my crew. Tell me what's on your mind.
You remember what I told you about Father? Building a dynasty? There was another reason I went to Cerberus for protection. I have a sister, a twin, and he's still hunting her. Cerberus has kept her safe, until now. She's living a normal life on Ilium, safe and hidden from my father.
So you think your father's tracked her down?
Precisely, Commander. My sources indicate he knows that she's on Ilium. I've tried to keep her hidden without impacting her life, but I'm out of options. He's too close. I need to relocate my sister's family before it's too late.
I know it may or may not have been easy for you to focus on what was actually being said in the scene. If that's the case, I'd recommend going back and rewatching, this time actually listening. In this scene, Miranda is very clearly distressed, and she's certainly not happy that she has to ask Shepard for help. Her sister is in danger. She needs to be relocated so that her father doesn't find her. During this scene, the camera angle happens to be a little low, and it very obviously focuses on Miranda's ass. I'm willing to bet that this was just an oversight. They weren't specifically doing this to focus on her ass, but they were actually just either rushed, or didn't realize it until it was too late, or just didn't really know what they were doing. I don't know. But I really don't think that this was meant to be what they were portraying out there, because it doesn't make sense. It's honestly pretty distasteful that she is asking Shepard for help, and, you have to stare at her backside instead of actually listening to what she has to say. All they're doing in this situation is changing the camera angle slightly so that it makes more sense within the scene. Personally, I think this is really great. They're actually taking a look at each scene and seeing if they could enhance it. This is an enhancement. It is not taking anything away from the game. It's making it better, and it's making it make more sense. There's people out there who are mad about it and claiming censorship. That is just not true. Censorship would be changing or completely removing the actual romance scenes. This is not censorship. And now people are saying this is going to ruin the game, maybe even so much that they won't buy it anymore. And honestly, if that's the hill that you are willing to die on, that's pretty embarrassing for you. If you think that now the game is ruined because you can't stare at Miranda's ass while she is begging you to save her family, you are just plain weird. I ask you, please, take a moment to really think about what you're saying. Maybe step outside, breathe some fresh air, talk to a real person for once. And if you still feel the same about this matter, then I personally truly hope that you do not buy the game, because you don't deserve it. Anyways, I'm still super excited about the remaster, and super happy that they are very obviously making the remaster with real true care, and it's not just something they're going to crap out for us in order to get some money out of old fans. They're really trying, and I like that. Anyways, if you enjoyed this video at all, please leave a like. I'd really appreciate that, especially because if this video gets on the wrong side of the internet, people are going to be mad. Subscribe if you like my content. I post a video every single weekday. I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.